What's up everybody, it's me E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. And ever since Ant-Man and the Wasp hit theaters, I've been seeing a bunch of videos out there talking about the quantum realm. However, I haven't seen a lot of videos that have touched on some things that I think have gone unnoticed. So even though the quantum realm in the MCU is a little complicated, today I'm going to try my best to explain how the quantum realm fits into the MCU. I'll touch on how the quantum realm works, a very interesting Easter egg, and a few theories for the upcoming MCU movies. Stay tuned.
If you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on that little bell too.
Obviously, this video is going to contain a bunch of spoilers for Ant-Man and the Wasp. So if you haven't seen the movie already, take this as your warning and spoiler alert. Before I begin, I have to warn you, this stuff may get a little confusing. Heck, the deeper I went into this with my research, I thought I was going crazy. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, but what Marvel's doing with the quantum realm seems to be all over the place. Hopefully, not only will this make sense to you, but it may get you thinking of what's really going on in the MCU in a totally different way. As you may recall, the very first time we were introduced to the quantum realm was in the first Ant-Man movie. When Scott Lang went subatomic during his fight with Yellow Jacket, Lang traveled to the quantum realm. As we saw in the first Ant-Man, Scott was able to leave the quantum realm by replacing the size regulator in his suit with the blue disc that makes you grow. With that possibility now achieved, Ant-Man and the Wasp was now set up to explore the quantum realm even more. Before we jump into Ant-Man and the Wasp, do you recall the other time that the quantum realm made a guest appearance in another MCU film? It was none other than Doctor Strange. When the Ancient Ones sent Doctor Strange through all those dimensions, Strange just so happened to pass through the quantum realm. With Doctor Strange flying through all those dimensions, Marvel ever so subtly introduced the multiverse into the MCU. Now this is pretty important. I want you to remember this about Doctor Strange because I'm going to explain a really important tie-in later in this video. Before then, let's cover what we've learned about the quantum realm in Ant-Man 2. The first concept that we learn is quantum entanglement. To put it plainly, a person could put an antenna in someone else's mind and communicate with them or others. This was how Janet Van Dyne was able to talk through Scott Lang in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Another thing we learned about the quantum realm is that the longer you stay there, the more it literally changes you. On the bad side, you could lose your entire mind the way Hank Pym almost did while he was down there. On the other hand, you could evolve the way Janet Van Dyne did. She was able not only to help stabilize Hank's mind, but she can also do quantum healing as she did with Ghost. The next thing that we learned about the quantum realm was that there are different layers to it. Kevin Feige confirmed this in an interview when he said, Janet Van Dyne says, "Meet me in the wastelands beyond the void." There are various levels that we check in on. So there are many different layers to the quantum realm. When Scott travels to the quantum realm in Ant-Man 1, apparently he went to what's called the quantum void. Now in the quantum void, this is the place that we knew of where time and space were irrelevant. One thing that Ant-Man and the Wasp revealed to us was that Janet Van Dyne was not necessarily lost in the void. Rather, she was in another deeper level of the quantum realm called the wastelands, which is beyond the void. There are a few questions and answers that arise from this wasteland. It was previously believed that time and space were irrelevant in the quantum realm. But when we go to this wasteland, we see that Janet Van Dyne did age given her older appearance. So clearly, laws of science work differently when you go beyond the void. But there are still a bunch of questions about how Janet Van Dyne was able to survive in the wastelands for those 30 years. If you paid close attention, there was an Easter egg in the wasteland that was shown right when Hank and Janet were leaving the area. If you look closely, you can see what looked like a hidden city. Could there be signs of intelligent life in the quantum realm? Well look, I don't want to really get too off track here. The point of this video is to focus on the quantum realm in the MCU, but I am going to dig a little bit deeper with my next video where I talk about how Janet Van Dyne survived the quantum realm. So be sure to check that video out. Anyway, back to the quantum realm in the MCU. Now I'm gonna pull Doctor Strange back into the picture. With Doctor Strange's travel to the quantum realm, not only do we know that the quantum realm is a dimension, but you can access it in different ways. The first way you can enter the quantum realm is by using magic. Remember what the Ancient One said.
We harness energy drawn from other dimensions of the multiverse to cast spells, to conjure shields and weapons, to make magic.
Doctor Strange's magic was drawing energy from alternative dimensions. So theoretically, if he wanted to go to the quantum realm, he would do so by manipulating the energy from that dimension and create a portal to enter. Now, as for Ant-Man, he enters the quantum realm by going subatomic. In a way, I guess you could say that Ant-Man kind of goes into the quantum realm the opposite way as Doctor Strange. According to the Marvel Wiki, when Ant-Man goes subatomic, in a sense, he's forcing his way through an artificially created nexus into the other dimension. In other words, by going super small, he actually creates another gateway into the quantum realm. Let me give you an easier example so you can visualize what I'm talking about. Remember when Ant-Man had to train by jumping through a keyhole? He starts off big on one side of the door, but has to shrink to jump inside the keyhole. Think of that space inside the keyhole as being the gateway into the quantum realm. One other thing that was quickly snuck into the quantum realm is that apparently time vortexes exist in there too. This was quickly mentioned by Janet Van Dyne right before Scott went into the quantum realm to get healing energy for Ghost. Now your guess is as good as mine, but odds are that the time vortex is probably going to play a major part in the time travel speculation that's going to happen in Avengers 4. Okay, let's finish off with the last bit of news, which basically says that the quantum realm is going to be in the next Captain Marvel movie in some way, shape, or form. The biggest clue we have about this comes from the quantum physicist that was brought in as a consultant for Ant-Man. When speaking about the quantum realm in the MCU, he said, "This is exciting for the future. There are different ways that some of these ideas appear on screen in a few years, not just for Ant-Man, but also for Captain Marvel and all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe." With that confirmation, we know Captain Marvel is going to have some involvement with the quantum realm. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I do have a theory about how Ant-Man and Captain Marvel are both going to tie into Avengers 4. I'm going to put that in another video and you can check that out if you're interested. So I think I've covered most of the aspects in terms of how the quantum realm fits into the MCU so far. How do you think that the quantum realm is going to play a role in the MCU moving forward? Obviously, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but hey, if I happen to miss something, or if you think I didn't cover it deep enough and maybe you have a little bit more insight, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. If you got the time, feel free to check out some of my other videos. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I've got a bunch of other videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.